What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Armor to do a review of the non-scale full action toy Riobot Blodia. This is a mech from Cyberbots Full Metal Madness, which is a Capcom game that's actually a spin-off of their game Armored Warriors, which is pretty cool. It's sort of like Armored Core, where you can actually do a lot of modifying and changing legs and arms and stuff like that. And that play value is actually added onto these toys. We'll just check out the box here for a second. This is the art on the cover, which does show the mech. And it's done nicely. It's the color of the bot, which is red. Nice illustration on the front. If we turn it around here, you see some illustration also. That's really nice. It's stuff you normally don't pick up unless you're really paying attention. And here is the back, which actually shows the mech that I'll be reviewing today. And it's been a while since I've done a review for a die-cast robot figure. I've been doing a lot of Transformer stuff, so it's really going to be cool to check something out that's a non-Transformer. So again, the box. What's cool, this is from sen-ti-nel, which makes excellent figures lately. I love all their stuff so far. It has a window box design, so let you guys see the robot here. Alright, so it comes nicely packaged in a plastic tray with all his accessories. So you get a set of 2 fists, which are fully articulated, and you also get this little satellite looking piece here, and also a shield right down at the bottom here. And if we look here, just as usual with all the sen-ti-nel stuff, just like Hot Toys does, they have the little credits thing going on here, which is really cool that they do that. I think when people make spectacular things, they should get credit for them. And up in the top flap, you get a little licensing sticker from Capcom with a little Mega Man face there. What we'll do now is open this guy up, because I definitely want to check it out. I'm sure you guys do too if you're watching. And I did get a chance to open this late last night, so I didn't really get to have fun with it. You get a stand, right, with some little bits and pieces that allow you to connect with other sen-ti-nel stands, and the regular clamp arm thing, which we will check out later on in this review. But we definitely want to get this guy out of the package here. So like I said, it comes in a plastic tray. And in the previous review, I complained about having a double sealed package. Like, in other words, there's the original seal that's been broken and then resealed. So I don't know if it's been previously opened for QC checking or someone just returned the damn thing. But I did find a long hair. And as you guys know, I don't have any hair, so it can't be mine. And my wife never goes near my robots when they're new. So anyway, here he is. Let's take him out. I like when they put the plastic over the bot, so that way he doesn't rub up against stuff and lose his paint. So we're going to put this guy here. Let me just move the camera down for you guys. And then here's the shield, which has a little bit of heft to it. We're going to check out what's die cast on this thing. We got the little satellite piece thing here. And then we have, let me just bring these out here for a second. We have the articulated hands, all right, which we're also going to check out later on in the review. First thing we want to do is concentrate on this bad boy right here. It's got a nice amount of heft. From what I heard, these guys have really good amounts of die cast in areas where you normally wouldn't have die cast. So I'll be very interested to find out what's die cast on here. So what I would normally expect to see in die cast is, let's say for example, the chest, maybe this bulky piece, this little crotch piece here, maybe the lower part of the legs. But the way sen-ti-nel did this is a little, like I said, not your norm, but definitely really cool spots. For example, the die cast is right here. These shoulders are die cast, all right? The chest is not. So a lot of this right here is not metal, unless they've got some metal going on the inside, which it does not look like. The thighs are also plastic. It seems like the joints on the knees are plastic. But as we go down here to the knees, these knee coverings, this armor here, is also die cast. And the last bit of die cast, actually not the last, I saved the coolest for last, but you got the toes here, which are die cast. But the coolest piece of die cast definitely has to be the fact that it's right here on these spikes. Yes, sirree Bob, these spikes, look at how sharp they are actually die cast metal. That is incredible. Nothing like a super dangerous toy to brighten up my day. And the only other bit of die cast I found was on the bar up here, which is kind of strange. You would think they would make part of this shield like that, but hey, I'll take die cast when I can get it. It just makes it feel a lot better, which is why this is a bit hefty on this end. Speaking of the finishes on this, the plastics are really great. The sculpting is very well done. A lot of detail on this guy, and guys, an amazing amount of moving bits. All right, so we're going to start with the articulation. We have the head. There's a little bit of movement here in the neck as there is in the head, but it doesn't move side to side. So that's a little bit of a bummer. You do get the shoulder pieces here that do move up and down. You get the back and forth movement on the shoulder. You also get up and down on the arms. You get not only a swivel at the shoulder, but a swivel below the shoulder here. And you also get the elbow, which has a really good amount of articulation, just enough. It's not completely folded up against the arm, but not many robots go much further than this. You also have the hand here, the wrist. You get the waist, the lower waist, which as you can see has a great amount of movement, as does the upper part here. There's also a movement from the upper chest there, which gives you very good range of movement. There's one section here I want to show you, but I'm probably going to have to remove the arm to really appreciate what's going on. And the reason these arms come off, and it's a good thing I took it off, because now you can see that these posts are also made out of die-cast metal. But there's a little section here. You'll see the red and there's white underneath. If you bring this forward, you'll see there's also that movement there. Now that I have the arm off, I can show you something really cool here. This section of the arm does have this little feature. I'm just going to grab it from here and pull out the fist, and you'll see what happens back here. You see that? So this little piece shoots out, this moves back, the fists move forward. You get these little Gundam style skirts that move out of the way. Also in the back here. Speaking of the back, we got these tanks here, which also move around. And as we get down to the legs, we got the hips. They go out, they go forward. You got the knee. Check out this knee, guys. The knee is double jointed, but check out how far that stretches out. It actually pulls out of the thigh, and then you get this piece of the knee showing here. So very good amount of articulation there. You have the wheel back here, which sort of moves, but it doesn't roll. It would have been cool if it rolled, but it doesn't. And then you have the ankle, all right, which also has that little bit of stretch there going on. You get the little skirt here, the little ankle panel, and then you get the toe. Those ankle pivots really allow you to get an aggressive pose out of this guy. And of course, I'm going to save the best for last. These die-cast spikes do go in and out. Now, I did touch on the finish earlier in the review, but we're going to take a closer look. And by the way, this is another piece of die-cast metal, which I forgot to show you guys earlier. But the detail on this is actually rather good. If we get close here, you can see the panel lining that's done, the little weathering effect, and also more die-cast around these lights here. We can also see the slight weathering that's done on the edges. It looks like paint being worn off. We see the panel lining right here on the shoulder guard. And we also see the rivet effect around the shoulders here. And we see some of the tampo printing. Right here it says caution hot surface. And you can see the texture on the plastic, which is really nice. And you also get some of that slight weathering right here on the thighs, right on those lines. And the paint on the thighs, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a pearlescent white. It's sort of not even white, it's like a really, really light gray, which is very nicely done. And all that other weathering also transfers down to these bits here. A little bit of shading going on in some parts, which make it look really nice. Some more tampo bits there on the arm. Let you take a look at the leg down here, the way they weather the edges a bit. The finishes on this figure are absolutely spectacular. Now, next thing I want to show you guys is the articulated hand. So we're going to go ahead and pop those on. The standard hand does come off easily enough. Then pop the new one back in. I'm just going to do the one side, but you guys get the idea. It does come with two of these, and you can see the articulated fingers. The only downside is that they don't articulate out, so you can't splay them out, but they are completely articulated little knuckles here. All right, and he's only got 4 fingers altogether. And if we want to use the shield, if we look here, there's a peg that's kind of sunken in. Kind of need your nails to pull it out, and you'll see this peg is able to travel all around, supposedly. I can't really get it to go up there, but it does travel all the way around that slot here. I was able to do that. All right, so if you want to use the shield, you pop the peg right into the back here. This also serves as his gun, which is why it has this barrel right here. We're going to use it as a shield for a moment. Just pop into his arm, just like that. And as you see, this will rotate around his arm as need be. Last bit I want to check out is the stand here, which is the same stand that all the other Sentinel toys come with. You'll see it's got this little brick here, which you can mount anywhere on the side here, which is where the actual arm of the stand is going to go. And then it has these little square pieces which allow you to hook up other stands. So you can pretty much put them anywhere there's a hole here on the side in between those little slots. The unfortunate part is that this is rather weak to hold up the robot. The robot is hefty, so you can't get any flight poses out of it. But I think the real reason they put this in here is to put the satellite here, which is called the assault satellite. Peg it right in the back, and then you peg it to the stand, and then you would just put the robot here on the stand. But not a big fan of stands, so I really don't care. I'm not going to be displaying this satellite here. But the satellite, very interesting. There's a lot of detail on the satellite itself. Check out all the detail they put on this little tiny thing. And these little wings here do move like that. But you got to be careful because they're just pegged in with friction. Like this one seems to pop off when it feels like it. But so be careful with that. Don't lose that. Now, some of you sharp-eyed folks may have been thinking all along, this sort of reminds me of another robot. And if you were thinking this guy, you are correct. There is obviously a direct inspiration derived from this guy. As you'll notice, they pretty much have the same type of shoulders. We've also got the skirts here. They got the knee pads, and of course the feet design. If you'll see here, the feet design are almost identical. It's not trying to be a knockoff. I think it's just an inspiration, an homage of sorts to the Armored Trooper. This is a Takara ATM ST09, I believe, which is an excellent figure. But this also draws inspiration from the Altaisen, don't know how to pronounce that, but the one that has the spikes that come out. I don't have one here to show, but that's where it's pretty much drawing its inspirations from those two figures, and maybe some others that I can't really think of right now. And that's pretty much it, guys. Very, very fond of this robot. It's not exactly cheap, but it's definitely a lot of fun. Really cool looking, feels nice. So if you want to pick one of these up, you can go ahead, click the link below, it takes you directly there. If you're enjoying the reviews, guys, please subscribe so I can bring you some more stuff. Any questions or comments, leave them below. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.